In this video, I will show you, yes you, my beloved viewers, startup small business grant opportunities of up to $400,000 with no business needed, and other grant opportunities that may not require you to have operated a business in 2023, 2022, or any time period prior than the present of up to $3.9 million as long as you watch this video until the end. Many of us who have been able to secure and snatch the most gargantuan bag winning grants after watching our videos. Click the subscribe button and click the bell notification to stay on top of every grant taking and cash making opportunity that I encounter. Have been able to secure such funding by applying and working with the federal government, including but not limited to the millions of dollars of PPP and economic injury disaster loans and grants, just like Junis Koger, I hope I pronounced your name correctly, who on the testimonials part of our landing page selling our Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked ebook, we have opened up sales until Friday at the low cost of 19 bones. She writes that she was able to win a $120,000 federal grant. Your content and videos are really helping the Black community gain financial freedom on our small businesses and nonprofits. James got 40 grand. King Ha Quinn got 10K after applying through one of the links on our spreadsheet that you can find by subscribing to our newsletter. I'll tell you how to do that shortly. These are just some of the people who have gotten paid grants after watching our videos. $40,000, $10,000, $15,000 in rental assistance. Stop. Nonetheless, as I told you, you can buy the Grants for Everyone Secrets Unlocked ebook. I refreshed it with all of the latest content regarding every single tactic that I executed to find all of the links that I aggregated on our spreadsheet, the Cash for Everyone spreadsheet that you can access. I'll tell you shortly. Nonetheless, if you want to hop on this ebook where I have included a first chapter sneak peek secret bonus of the Grant Hunter's Playbook. No longer are the days where you're applying for grants and submitting your responses to questions here and there, and you're broke as a joke, ready to choke, but with God's lightning bolt that will never, ever, ever, ever let you croak. I am giving you tactics and side hustles that you can perform so you can always have revenue coming into your pocket, cash money every single time. Simple things that you can do so you can make money to apply for the grant opportunities that I have been sharing on this channel since the onset of the pandemic, absolutely for free. I don't charge you a dime, but to learn how to put together your very own spreadsheet with grant programs that target people who are in your specific situation, who are exposed to the conditions in which your current environment constitutes, who are filling an occupation such as yours or operating the type of business that you run. Pick up the ebook because you'll get a step-by-step instructions to seek out government and private grants, the secret strategy that helps you discover hidden grant money opportunities every time, and the bonuses include the secret that I just told you about, plus an AI custom Grant Hunter GPT that will help you execute the tactics I teach in the ebook. I've been getting very close to ChatGPT-4, as you can clearly see, and we're going to show you exactly how to structure a viable path to increase the chance that you're able to win grants from the federal government. Let's take a look at it. The OVC Fiscal Year 24 Human Trafficking Fellowship Program. Let's take a look at the eligibility criteria right here. It's for individuals right here. The U.S. Department of Justice, Office of Justice Programs, Office for Victims of Crime is seeking applications for funding. OJP is committed to advancing work that promotes civil rights and equity, increases access to justice, supports crime victims and individuals impacted by the justice system, strengthens community, yada, yada, yada. Here is the key information. The OVC is looking for ways to enhance the services provided to victims of human trafficking. The award to do so is $400,000 for up to a 36-month period of performance to begin October 1st, 2024. Again, for individuals exclusively. So, Neil, I'm not a social worker. I don't have any type of expertise that helps enhance the services. By the way, you can pick up the ebook by purchasing it at bit.ly/RodSQ. So, you're not a social worker. Surround yourself. I'm not sure who it was that said, I am as great or have been able to accomplish the feats that I have been able to complete and show off to the planet because I sit on the shoulders of titans, of giants. So you have to surround yourself with smart people. You want to be an entrepreneur? Entrepreneurs are not the smartest people on the planet, but they know to always seek counsel and surround themselves. If you are the smartest person in the room, you are typically in the wrong room. So how do you go ahead and do that? You visit a platform such as LinkedIn and just take a look at social workers. Right here, look, social worker at self-employed. Reach out to these people and ask them, how can you enhance the services provided to victims of human trafficking? You put together a plan. See, applying for these grant opportunities is akin to operating an agency. When you operate a marketing agency, such as the agency that I operate, you have to structure a viable plan, and you are showing your potential client and you are executing on behalf of that client marketing strategies to ensure that the investment and retainer that they are paying you comes back to them tenfold. That's the same thing that you are doing when applying for these grant opportunities through the federal government. What type of plan can you structure? What type of team can you assemble? Avengers Assemble, this is your chance. What type of team can you assemble to put together plans that can enhance services to victims of human trafficking? Go ahead and take a look. I mean, a good start. Listen, I get inspiration from movies all the time. That movie that Angel Studios dropped, I forgot the name of it right now, on human trafficking, can give you a start in terms of what is happening with human trafficking, so you can get a good look as to what these people encounter, and you'll start to get ideas. And then talk to ChatGPT. I was talking to ChatGPT, rather chatting to ChatGPT about this right here. So I asked ChatGPT, what type of professionals would I need to service victims of human trafficking? To effectively service victims of human trafficking, you need social workers, mental health professionals, medical professionals, legal professionals. Talk to these people. Find where you can congregate with them online. Where do they meet up online? And speak to them. Take a look at what are the discussions. Again, you can hit LinkedIn. You can hit platforms such as Reddit. I had Reddit open because there are also parts of these opportunities that I'm going to show you where you'll be able to find talent such as PhDs and people who are potentially involved in the social sciences right here. Look, you've got doctors, PhDs in optical imaging, aerospace engineering, anthropology, right? Computer and electrical engineering. These are the types of people with whom you have to communicate to be able to put together the plan, because you're not going to be able to execute these plans by yourself. People put these types of deals together on basketball courts. Just perform a simple Google search. What do victims of human trafficking need to heal? Human trafficking victims need to heal from complex, multifaceted trauma, and start taking a look at the results. Part of trauma and recovery and building new lives for trafficking victims involves development of trusting long-term relationships. This often needs to occur well before a victim is willing to engage in trauma-specific treatment. Take a look. Start performing your research. Take a look at PubMed. And take a look at studies where investigators have found viable treatments for victims of human trafficking. Right here, human trafficking with children. Human trafficking has been increasingly recognized worldwide as a major public health concern. Human trafficking has been increasingly recognized worldwide as a major public health problem. This article aims to provide an overview of human trafficking and the red flags that may alert pediatrician, human trafficking, and emergency medical services. As a matter of fact, diagnosing human trafficking right here. Look, it describes a trauma-informed, rights-based approach and discusses ways in which pediatricians can contribute to a multidisciplinary response to human trafficking. You can reach out to these investigators, ask them questions, and formulate come up with your team, assemble your team, so you can come up with a viable way to enhance these services to victims of human trafficking. Now, here's another one. View grant opportunity. Dubois program of research on reducing racial and ethnic disparities in the justice system. $2 million right here. Now, I do not believe, no, they do not list individuals on here. Nonetheless, they do list small businesses. Now, do not click the black button as the black. Do not click the back button as yet, okay? Because many of these programs through the federal government, they do not require you to have operated a small business in any time prior to you submitting the application. Just like the National Science Foundation's American Seed Fund, when you submit the pitch, you do not have to have an organization set up. You can be an individual simply submitting the pitch, and then once your pitch gets accepted, then of course you have to have everything in order. You file your articles of organization for your LLC, your S Corp, or your C Corp, whatever it is that you want to structure, and then you move on with the application process. Go ahead and call the employees and staff of these federal agencies. They'll tell you exactly what you require. But just because you see small businesses doesn't mean you have to have a small business already in place. Perhaps during the first round, you don't need it. And then once you're accepted, then you go ahead and put this through. Description: with this solicitation, NIJ seeks applications for 2 categories of investigator-initiated research, studies that examine how observed racial and ethnic disparities in the justice system might be reduced through public policy intervention at any point during the administration of justice and studies. Now, I talked to, or rather chatted, I keep on saying talk to, that's how personal I'm getting with this thing, who in the United States would be most qualified to eliminate ethnic disparities in the justice system. So, government officials, judiciary members, law enforcement agencies, prosecutors and public defenders, civil rights organizations, community leaders and activists, academics and researchers, experts who study criminal justice and ethnicity can provide data-driven insights. So, perhaps we can do something like this. Criminal justice and ethnicity, run up on PubMed, and here's how you can find the people that will work with you on this particular project. Structural racism and health inequities in the USA, evidence and interventions. Impact of Medicaid, race, ethnicity, and criminal justice referral on opioid use disorder treatment. Understanding and addressing health disparities and health needs of justice-involved populations. Race and the criminal justice system response to sexual assault, a systematic review right here. You get a list of investigators. You could reach out to these people. Click on their profiles right here. Take a look at who they are. Perform a Google search to find them. So, for instance, if I want to find, is she a PhD or he? I'm not sure. Zinzi D. Bailey right here. Bang. University of Minnesota, health equity, cancer, health disparities. And this is how you start your search to assemble your team. This is how you start a business, your enterprise, and you put yourself in a solid position to be able to qualify. See, it's not bigger than you are. You simply have to increase the capacity that you are able to deploy to serve the people that the true and living God, our Father, has assigned you to serve on this planet, exercising comprehension in your heart that pumps blood and the Holy Spirit, no Kool-Aid. Anyway, right here, National Institute of Justice. Right here, this is how you assemble your team for this thing, and just follow the instructions to put this stuff together. You have AI on your side, especially with that Grant Hunter GPT that I told you about. Community Building Initiatives Program, another one. $235,000, award ceiling of $50,000 rather, right here. Nonprofits, individuals, again, mission to Azerbaijan. Now, if any of you, I believe this is Russian territory, if I'm not mistaken. Right here, you want to set up communities out in Azerbaijan. Correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section below. Right here, this is your opportunity to go ahead and do so. Human Trafficking Fellowship, we just went through that one. English program, this is also in Azerbaijan. Hopefully I'm pronouncing it correctly. Pardon me if I mispronounced it. Mental health, develop tools to inform treatment selection in depression. Clinical trial optional. Small businesses, right here. The purpose of this phased notice of funding opportunity is to create a pipeline to accelerate development and early validation of predictive tools and or biomarkers to inform individual level treatment selection among 2 or more existing therapeutics for depression. Right here, just look up the people that can give you the solutions that the federal government is seeking. View grant opportunities. Teaching with primary sources, new awards for FY25 through FY27. Award ceiling of $100,000. Small businesses, for-profit organizations. Teaching with Primary Sources program. The Teaching with Primary Sources program has been the Library of Congress's premier educational outreach program. The goals of the program have included providing instructional materials, tools, education, and professional development that enhances teachers' ability to integrate digitized primary sources from the Library of Congress into instruction that builds student literacy, critical thinking skills, content knowledge, and ability to conduct original research since the establishment of the Center for Learning. So what they want is to identify awardee organizations that will design and implement educational projects in which the library's digitized primary sources and other online materials are central to teaching and learning. So perhaps you can get a developer that will allow teachers to be able to tap into all of these resources available through the Library of Congress. You can find developers on platforms such as Fiverr or Upwork. Go ahead and just type in developers right here. Boom. Developer API, or you can learn how to do this stuff yourself. Put together the team of people that are smarter than you in executing the parts that you do not know. Your specialty may come in finding the grants because, of course, you're going to hit bit.ly/RodSQ, pick up the ebook, and your expertise comes in finding the grants after you read the step-by-step instructions to seek out government and private grants. And whoever comes in with the technical expertise to generate the entire solution for the federal government are the people that are going to help you put together your proposal to go ahead and win these grants and get that cash money. Now, research grants to rigorously evaluate innovative and promising strategies to prevent firearm-related violence and injuries. Right here, award ceiling of $12.9 million. So I actually misspoke, 12.9. But again, our small businesses involved right here, okay? You may have to be in operation at any time period prior than today. The Centers for Disease Control and Prevention's National Center for Injury Prevention and Control is soliciting investigator-initiated research to rigorously evaluate the effectiveness of innovative and promising strategies to prevent all forms of firearm-related violence, injuries, and deaths. Again, hit PubMed and just go ahead and take a look. Preventing firearm injury. Just hit PubMed right here. And you can start to locate people who are into this stuff. Preventing firearm injury. Boom. The physician's role in preventing firearm injury. Right here. And you got the investigators. Abdallah H.O. Kaufman, firearm injury prevention. Health systems have a role in preventing firearm injury. And just look these people up and start to discuss the ways that you can put these solutions together. Practically, that's basically it. And all of these other opportunities that I have shared on this channel, a lot of them, they come with a less chance for you to win. Nonetheless, I continue to share them. I give you all kinds of opportunities. So our list on our spreadsheet that includes links to information, resources, and application portals to grants for everyone. Complete the application, submit your pitch by June 3rd right here. This is the National Black Business Pitch. Is comprised of two phases, NBPP semifinals right here. Pitch competition to apply for the National Business Pitch. Owner, co-owner, company featured. Again, and it's nothing out of the ordinary to operate a small business, even if you have to have one in operation. Again, like I've told you, I only spent over $100 to incorporate my LLC, and still, that does not really constitute operating a business, just you putting together an LLC. It's formally the way that, all right, I have this LLC structured, but the real authentic test determining whether you do operate a business is whether you sell something. Now, Neil, you're talking about assembling these teams. I don't have the funding to assemble these teams. Look, that was a $400,000 opportunity, the first one that I mentioned. You only have to pay, if you hire a social worker for the entire year, roughly $80,000 for a one-year fellowship potentially. And look, and the rest of it, you've got to invest in other parts of the business. Right here, bam, look, 51. Now, you don't have to hire the person if you don't have the money yet. Just simply get into a conversation. If this person or whoever is listed as a social worker at self-employed has any marketing sense, they will talk to you because they know that potentially once you generate revenue, listen, today Steven Spielberg was yesterday's coffee pot brewing intern. So nobody knows who you will be tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, next month, next year. So people will be open to speaking to you about new opportunities, potential opportunities. Just start to structure everything. Reducing risk for girls in the juvenile justice system. The award ceiling is $1 million. They got $3.9 million. With this solicitation, OJJDP seeks to support communities to assist girls age 17 and younger who are at risk of involvement and or involved in the juvenile justice system. Funding will support communities to develop, enhance, or expand early intervention programs and or treatment services for girls involved in the juvenile justice system. Again, social work may be required, psychologists, you already know how to find them, how to locate them. You got the full announcement right here, reducing risk for girls in the juvenile justice system. And you can find all of these opportunities right on our spreadsheet at the Cash for Everyone bit.ly/Neil Rod. Enter in your name, enter in your email address, and the welcome email will equip you with a link to this spreadsheet. And I'll go ahead and list every single opportunity that I shared with you today. The Small Business Transition Grant for New Entrepreneurs. Through this Notice of Funding Opportunity, NOFO, the National Institutes of Health and Centers for Disease Control and Prevention aim to foster the advancement and accelerate the growth of early career scientists transitioning to entrepreneurship by simultaneously supporting their entrepreneurial development and the conduct of research and development under their direction. I worked directly with the United States Naval Research Laboratory and the Department of Defense, and I worked with one particular scientist, and I showed him and drove traffic to all of the latest developments that the United States Department of Defense wanted to show off. Robotics, technological experiments. Marketing is a key entrepreneurial skill. And basically taking this particular researcher or other researchers like this person and putting together a program to allow them to transition from becoming researchers to assembling a team. In other words, put together a company or small business to make them more effective in investigating and to reveal developments that they publish on PubMed to make our planet a more efficient place to live is a key skill that as an entrepreneur, if you've been watching our videos, and I've been always talking about start your small business, all of you that have been able to secure funding through the Economic Injury Disaster Loan, the PPP program, and other programs that I shared for small businesses, that as you start to deliver value, things that offer a solid utility to your target market, you know how to do things that these scientists need to adopt so they can expand and amplify everything that they are doing by assembling these teams and structuring everything that they do in offers to be able to sell it to a target market and all the people that their operation is assigned to serve. Pick up the ebook, watch the video you see on the screen right now so you can learn about every single cash making and grant taking opportunity that I encounter.